The abandoned American base runs for long stretches in Schweinfurt. During the Cold War, 12,000 Americans lived here, troops and their families, the equivalent of 20% of the town's population.
We were only about 40 kilometers away from the eastern border here. So we were the forward division in case the Russians would come over.
Retired U.S. Army officer George Ohl worked at the base for 36 years and stayed when it closed. Now, part of it will house foreign students attending the local university, and other barracks are being used for refugees from the Middle East and North Africa.
In today's modern world, there are different things where we can deploy without a base like Schweinfurt.
Mayor Humbertus Remele has seen the town through the transition.
The first task of the Americans, for sure, was to protect Germany. This was not only a political relationship, it was a very real human relationship.
Not long ago, there would have been Americans among the shoppers on market day. Local journalist Sven Schroeter says the U.S. troops were accepted almost from the very beginning.
American soldiers after the war were not seen as occupiers. Maybe some old people after the war for a short time, but for a very short time. But for the younger generation, even after the war, there were allies and even friends.
That feeling is exemplified by a memorial to the fallen on both sides, built by American and German veterans.
We miss them, quite simply. We miss them on an economic level, but also on a human level.
If I had my way, they could have stayed. Lots of people in Schweinfurt would agree. It's actually a shame.
But while the American presence was personal for people here, at Der Tagesspiegel newspaper in Berlin, former publisher Gerd Appenzeller says that was only part of a bigger picture.
I think all Germans are aware that it was the United States that guaranteed West Europe's freedom until the wall fell in 1989. We have to ensure that the transatlantic relationship isn't reduced to only a military relationship. We have to see to it that the trade relations, the cultural relations between America and Europe stay as close as they are now.
That may be difficult now as U.S. strategic attention shifts to Asia, but American and European officials say the transatlantic relationship is as important as ever, particularly with Russia's military moves creating new security challenges for the West. Pessin, VOA News, Schweinfurt, Germany.